I think as painful as it was sometimes, the state of the battalion now as opposed to 40 days ago is night and day. You can see teams, squads, platoons, and even companies have kind of gelled together. Teams are set, and you can just see a confidence and a swagger in the guys.
I've learned to never give up, stick with it, just expect the unexpected. Anything that can happen will happen. Just stay motivated.
My responsibilities as the commander of the Brigade Combat Team are to provide the direction and guidance necessary to fully prepare this brigade to deploy to a combat zone. What we did was to take Grafenwehr training area, the gunnery training area, and create a live fire collective training environment for everybody from the individual soldier up to motorized, mechanized, armored artillery and engineer platoon, to ensure that we had the agility and flexibility necessary to meet mission requirements wherever we might go.
We spent the last 3 weeks training as motorized infantry, but not really infantry, it's just motorized artillerymen that can do infantry tasks. Even though we're training as motorized infantry, we're also sustaining our capabilities as an artillery battalion so that we can literally switch back and forth and provide the support to the brigade we need.
Well, it gives you real life situation, and it gives you ideas on what you can do to prepare to react to whatever happens downrange.
We took traditional skills from artillerymen, engineers, and mechanized and armor formations and put them in Humvees and turned them into motorized warfighting organizations so they could fight from Humvees if necessary.
Well, today we were conducting combat patrol live fires on our range here at Grafenwehr. We had 6 gun trucks that were engaging, going through a scenario that involved RPG small arms fire as well as a complex attack with an IED. What probably the biggest thing I've taken away as a leader is that if everyone remains calm, things work a lot better. When people start getting excited, then we start to lose focus on what we're doing, and that's one of the things we worked on today, is ensuring that all the soldiers remained calm, reported what they saw accurately, and then that way the information flows a lot better. And once information starts to flow, assets become available, and we're able to do what we need to do.
Our platoons have shown the ability to move from the crawl to the walk to the run phase, where these actions have become battle drills for them, and their ability to react to contact on today's contemporary battlefield make them a very lethal force. I think the ability to understand how each step builds on the next and then allows them to serve at this level will greatly enhance their capabilities in the future.
The way Graf and Hohenfels kind of work in sync with each other allowed them to get the feel of the weapon, get comfortable operating it, correcting any problems with it, and just firing it. The way that sinks into what's going on here is it gives the guys confidence that they know what they're doing with their weapon. They're not going to hurt their buddies when they're actually having to use it.
Down at Hohenfels with the Chief of Operations Group, Colonel Tom Vandal, they delivered to us a tactical scenario that fully replicates as best as possible in the German countryside a Southwest Asian theater of operations, complete with imams and mosques and mayors and chiefs of police and civilians that live within these cities, and an insurgency that is growing and moving and adapting to our formations. Number one, it was important in the scenario that we were in as we were trying to piece together the various data points across this battle space through clues and intelligence and information that we gained through sitting down with the citizens in these local towns and some of the civic leaders, and come to the conclusions that it's not all solved kinetically with the pulling of a trigger. Sometimes it's through the delivering of certain projects, it's the reinforcement of infrastructure, and it's treating people with dignity and respect out across the battle space.
Our company mission was conduct daily trailblazer mission, looking for IEDs and any UXO or explosive hazards. Usually 2 missions a day. A secondary mission we had was escort EOD to any IEDs or explosive hazards found throughout sector, and then to protect EOD while EOD went through and neutralized the threat.
It's an IED down there, you can't get by. They're just picking it up now.
Our goal was identify our SOPs for route clearance, refine them, and then by the end of this rotation publish a final standard SOP which says how we're going to tackle the problem of IEDs in Iraq.
Well, we travel the roads quite a bit, so we know what is where out there, and if we see something out of place, i.e. a box on the side of the road, a bag of garbage out in the middle of nowhere, it's a good indicator to us that maybe we ought to stop and check it out.
Dismount, dismount! Dismount! Go!
If we find a mortar pit, anything we find there, we either capture or destroy. If there's nothing there but looks like a lot of activity has been going on, for example, we find old food.
Somebody's been eating here. MOEs, hops, cans, everything.
It'd be a good location for the enemy, so we can just mark that, plot it real quick, and then once they fire on us, we can fire back.
On that route we got out here on.
It's important for me to get out and sense the battle space, and so I try to wander around with my team and visit the soldiers as much as possible. And then to get out on the patrols, observe the patrols, and dialogue with the young leaders and the soldiers out there gives me full introspect on what they're thinking. Do they think they're ready? Do they think the training has delivered to them what their expectations are to fully prepare them for their next missions?
Driving in snow is a lot like driving in sand, no kidding. You know, the weather, it's something to deal with, and to be honest with you, it creates a condition that we have to deal with. You have to deal with your environment, and it's good. It makes it better because it's harder.
It's not the fact that we trained in Germany for a combat zone in Southwest Asia. It comes down to disciplined soldiers, disciplined leaders that are caring and concerned about their soldiers' welfare and will go to great ends to ensure that that welfare is attended to.
All right. Just with regards to ASR.
I've often been counseled that soldiers don't necessarily remember what you tell them, they'll remember what they do. And it all goes back to, you don't know what you don't know, and you're a product of your experience.
When you can actually walk somebody through the process on the ground and show them hands-on what you want them to do, it's just so much better than just talking to somebody, telling them what you want them to do.
They will have an understanding of what it's like and how chaotic it can get. They understand that the communication is key, but in that communication it's very important to be very precise in what they're doing.
I've seen each of the platoons, both the leadership in regards to the young officers and the very young NCOs step up and take responsibility for critical actions that ensure the safety of the young soldiers that are under their care.
I know I have things to pass on to the younger guys. So that's really why I'm here. That's what keeps me getting up in the morning. I know I can pass something on to them. Because it's combat. It's not about you, it's the guy next to you, in front of you, beside you.
As you look across this formation, there's a lot of youth, and with that youth comes a lot of energy. And that energy just breeds itself across this formation to a very excited, disciplined formation.
I think it compares very well to some of the best training I've had in the Army. We've been very deliberate, so it's been very helpful, and it's very realistic for the soldiers. They get a better understanding of what it's like, and they begin to trust the soldiers around them a lot more.
It's a great brigade combat team. It is filled with great young soldiers. It is led by tremendous young leaders, and the output of that is a ready to deploy and ready to answer its nation call formation, filled with great soldier patriots, disciplined young soldiers, well led and well motivated, and ready to accept any challenges that lay before them.
For my unit, this is a great training experience. It was a very good training experience, and I enjoyed it. Even though it was hard times, but it was a long time, but I enjoyed it. It's prepped me for being deployed, and I thank them for that.